Well, hello, awesome sales creators. If you're on this live stream, then you're a creator, not a consumer. So, what's the difference, right? Consumers, when we're consumers, you're watching TV instead of educating yourself and being on this live stream. If you're a consumer, you're watching TV too much or Netflix, or you're binging on social media, or you're just swiping through TikTok. Whatever it is that's taking your attention away from developing your skills, that's a consumer. We want to be creators, sales creators. So when we create, we're creating when we cold call, we're creating when we're composing emails, when we're creating documents for our clients. That's creating. Be a creator, not a consumer. So let's dive into my email structure template so that you can go out tomorrow and create better emails. And I am so excited to share this with you because no matter if it's cold calling, if it's emails, whatever, I see similar mistakes being made all the time. Matter of fact, with one of my newest clients who is in Canada, and his business is selling sunrooms and solariums. He sent me this afternoon a door knocker he's going to use, and he asked me if I would look at it and give me my thoughts to him. So I said, sure, I'll be happy to do that. And I want to take some time to think it through. But he made a common mistake, which we just started working together. So I don't expect him to know this. But that is, we start selling, and right away we start selling, and what I call product dumping, when instead we should be asking questions. Hold on. I have a scratchy throat this evening. Excuse me. So let's look at this template. Sorry about that. I've got the wrong setting here. Hold on. This is what happens when you're live. Okay, let's try this again. All right. This is the email structure template. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, I want to suggest that you go to the comments, because I did put the link in the comment section. And by the way, I'm going to be doing this email training every night this week, even on Valentine's night, because I celebrated my Valentine's over the weekend. But if you're out and about on Valentine's night, you can watch this video on the replay, so you don't have to actually be here. But let's dive into this email structure template, because I want you to understand this before we get into more of the email training tomorrow night. Now, I promised that this would be 15 minutes long, and we'll do 15 minutes. And again, if you haven't grabbed your, we have a comment. Hey, Clayton. Is this Clayton in Canada? Hi, Clayton, wherever you're located. My new client's name is Clayton. That's why I ask. But let's look at this in more detail. Yep, it is. Well, I was just talking about you, Clayton, earlier before you popped on. And by the way, you are going to get this in an email tomorrow from me. And we're going to talk more in depth about this. You'll get more than what this training will give you because you're my client. So I'm just doing basics tonight and all week. But as you know, I am committed to helping you, Clayton, to have an incredible 2024, helping you write the emails and helping you do your door knocker. So, Clayton, let's get right into it. The email structure template is something that will help keep you on track where you're not talking too much or you're not putting out too much content in an email. The biggest mistake that I see when I critique emails for my clients is there's too much information. Now, Clayton did a really good job on his emails, I have to say. But some of my others in the past, they're 4 and 5 paragraphs long. They're 5 and 6 sentences per paragraph, and nobody is going to read that. Nobody. So your introduction is the email greeting, and it should be professional. It should never be, "Hey there," or, "Hey, Clayton, you've never met this person. You've never talked to them. So it's important that you are professional and respectful in that greeting. Because if you tell a 65-year-old that owns a business, "Hey, James," they're not going to appreciate that. Now, a 20 or 30-year-old, that may not bother them in the least. But my point is, you don't know the age group that you're talking to when it's a lead coming through your website, or maybe it's a lead that has been referred to you. So it's very important that when you're doing cold emails that you're respectful. So it could be, "Hi, James. Hello, James." If it's in the morning, "Good morning, James." You can do that as well. But never, "Hey, James." Now there's a new video going around that millennials and younger are using cold calling and cold email terminology that really sets my hair on fire because they're trying to be cute and they're trying to be funny and humorous instead of professional. And again, you don't know how that's going to sit with that age person that you're sending that email to. So always caution on the side of being respectful. Okay, number 2, the second part, you've said, "Hey, Jane," or, "Hi, James." See, I've watched their videos too much. You say, "Hello, James. This is so and so from so and so." The next thing you want to get into is the pain point. So you want to provide a few pains you've observed from your research before you've sent the cold email, which I always advocate for, or that other businesses that you're working with have had similar struggles. So in the cold email, you're assuming you know what those struggles are, but instead of assuming what those pain points are, you should ask questions instead. And you can say something like, "Other businesses in the area have shared that they're experiencing XYZ. Do you find that to be true for your business?" And I don't know why people shy away from asking questions on emails. You always want to be asking questions on emails because that will hopefully prompt them to answer you in an email back to you. That's why I always talk about ask questions in your email. The thing you don't want to do is make an assumption that for you, Clayton, since you're watching, that everybody wants the same thing for a sunroom, or everybody wants the same type of experience for an addition. You can make general assumptions, but you're always best by asking questions. I need more water. Okay, let's move on to solution. So most people are in their solution area. This is where they feel that they have to push their product and service. That's what I call product dumping. You don't ever want to do that. So you don't want to say, my business or my sunrooms can solve the problem of X, Y, and Z, or my business, does A, B, and C, A, B, and C. What you want to move the reader forward to do is to provide a solution by booking an appointment. That is the only outcome you want in a cold email or a cold call. You're only striving to book an appointment. Now, on a cold email, though, of course, you don't have that person in front of you to be able to have that conversation. So you plant the seed of what the next step is. I've been talking all day long, and I think I'm at the end of my rope with my voice. So, one of the things that you can do is you can say something, and I'm talking off the top of my head here because I wasn't sure who was all going to be on and what industries that they were from, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. But your solution isn't to give them all the features and benefits that you can give in that email. That comes later in the sales conversation. And that's another video for another day. But what you can do is, in order to give you an opportunity to discuss what kind of sunroom would be best for you, you can say, I'll give you a call Monday at this time at 7 p.m. and I can answer any of your questions. That gets into the next step. Typically, what people do is a call to action. A call to action is when you want the prospect to pick up the phone and call you, or you want the prospect to answer your email by saying, let me know if you have any questions, or let me know, or is there anything else I can answer for you? No, they are never going to respond to that. Or the worst is, here's my calendar, pick out a date that's best for you if you want to talk further. No, you'll be waiting till the cows come home. Okay? You're the salesperson. Your job is to tell them what the next step is. So, what you're going to do is not a call to action. What you're going to do is, in that email, explaining to them what the next step is. The next step is I'll give you a call at 7 p.m. tomorrow night and answer any questions that may surface. That's what you should be doing instead of a call to action. This way, you're not waiting around for that email to be answered. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., you're going to pick that phone up and you're going to call the prospect. And if the prospect doesn't answer and you get voicemail, have a prepared voicemail ready so that anticipating that may be what happens, and you're just going to repeat the same thing. Hi, James. I told you let me start over. Hi, James. Yesterday in the email, I said I'd call tonight at 7 p.m. and it's obvious that you're busy at this time. I'll send you another email when I hang up, and I'll give you a try again tomorrow night. And then make it short and sweet, less than 30 seconds. And then when you get off the phone, you're going to email him a similar email response. Now, the other thing that you can do if you have a cell phone number is to text him. So you do the voicemail, then you turn around and send a text. But whatever step it is you're going to do, make sure you say that in the text mess or in the voice message, whether you're going to send a text message or an email. Now, the only thing about text messages is I usually don't text a cold prospect like that unless I know that in some way he has indicated the best way to get a hold of him or her is in a text. So let's say that she or he fills out a form to contact you or to have you contact them. And then in that message body, they tell you to go ahead and text them back. Then that would be okay. But when you do connect to them, you want to make sure that you ask that question up front when you have that phone conversation. Just ask them what is your preferred method for communication? Is it email, text, or is it leaving a voicemail? Because you want to know that. You want to know. And then you can right away go into and what would be the best time to reach you. So those are not aggressive questions. Those are questions tailored around how you're going to communicate with that particular prospect. And all prospects are different. So one of the worst things that I see, as I said earlier, is a sales rep that treats all prospects the same. They all have the same pain points. They provide the same solutions. You will go broke as a sales rep if that's the way you're selling. So you have to be very in tune into how that prospect wants to be communicated with. All right, so the introduction is the email greeting should be professional, never hey there. The pain point, do your research. Don't assume all businesses that you prospect have the same pain point. So your solution is going to be booking an appointment so you can talk further. You're not going to give them all your benefits and features and why they should buy from you. That is called product dumping. And then the next step, the last step of the email should be that you don't do a call to action. You teach them the next step in the process, and that is you'll call them and book an appointment. Or if you'll book an appointment or you'll go ahead and have that conversation when you call the next day to answer any questions they may have. So those are the 4 email structure templates that you should be using on all of your cold emails. And this is actually it's not everything I use when I cold call. I have a cold call structure as well. And let me tell you, I'm so excited to tell you I'm almost finished with that cold calling course. It has been It's been a trip putting it together, but I found a platform that I actually like, and I'm now integrating all the information into that platform so that you can also be very good at cold calling. I mean, you can nail cold calling and cold emails and stop listening to all of these, well, sales trainers now who have 2 years of experience and think they know what they're saying. And if you watch this video right here, this is a critique that I did on Patrick Dang. There isn't much in his email training that I would even suggest that you use. The templates are similar, although he claims that he created this. And this is an email structure template that sales trainers have been using for a very long time. I mean, I used this back in the day when I was selling group benefits, and it works. It really does. You do not want to be product dumping in your emails. And I'll say this last thing before I go, because I promised you 15 minutes and we're over. Your entire email, and I'm going to show you one tomorrow night. If you jump on tomorrow at 7 p.m., I'm going to show you an actual email and what it should look like. So your emails should only be introduction, maybe one sentence or two at the most, pain point, maybe one sentence or two at the most, a solution, one sentence, and your next step, one sentence, and you're done. Now, you may have two for solution, but the next step, it's a one sentence and you're done. So this is a very clear, compelling, short, concise email. And then after you have composed the email, you look at it and then you take out all the filler words and you make it even more concise. Long are the days where I would just sit and just, type out these emails and hit send. I quit doing that a long time ago. You have to think about composing an email as if you're writing, that you're a writer. And we're going to get into all of this week as we go through the email structure template. I'm going to give you all kinds of ideas. But my clients, I help them write their emails. I help them write their documents. I help them write their proposals. I help them write their quotes. I help them write their door knockers. That's what I do for my clients. And so I can do that for you too, but that would be another conversation for another day. Email structure template. Start thinking about this when you're sending cold emails this week. And I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm going to have an actual email that'll take you through the structure and you'll see what I mean. So that will be tomorrow night, 7:00 on YouTube and LinkedIn. And if you don't have the template, it's in the comment section of this live stream where you can grab your template. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Any questions? I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Anybody? Questions? Questions? Well, come on tomorrow night with questions because I'm happy to answer your questions. All right, everyone. I don't see any questions coming in, and I've got people viewing. So I really hope this helped you. I hope my throat's a little better tomorrow night. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. You can find the link that will be posted on LinkedIn in the morning and on YouTube. Bye, everyone, and happy savvy selling tomorrow. Bye bye.